Very good day to be here today in Niagara, to be joined by my friend and colleague and a friend of Niagara's, the Honourable Paul Calandra, the Minister of Long-Term Care, a strong advocate for quality care, not just here in Niagara, although of course here in Niagara as well, but across the province. And so I wish to thank the Minister for joining us. I wish to also acknowledge and thank the Chair of the Niagara Region, Jim Bradley, for being on the call today and for his advocacy for the Niagara region when it comes to crucial investments in our local long-term care homes. And of course, also just acknowledge the team he works with, including some strong municipal leaders such as Sal Sorrento, a councillor from St. Catharines, and Bob Gale, a regional councillor from Niagara Falls. I wish to acknowledge and thank them for their advocacy on these important issues. I'd like to also begin today by acknowledging that the land on which we are gathered is the traditional territories of the Haudenosaunee and Anishinaabe peoples, many of whom continue to live and work here today. This gathering place is home today to many First Nations, Métis, and Inuit peoples, and we wish to acknowledge that our great standard of living is directly related to the resources and friendship of Indigenous peoples. Minister Calandra has been bringing forward many strong good news announcements for the sector of long-term care over the past weeks. And in particular, we've seen his commitment to ensuring that the government's ambitious plan to fix long-term care and ensure Ontario's seniors get the quality of care and quality of life they need and deserve both now and into the future. And these are issues that are focused on a few pillars. Staffing and care is a primary area of concern. Accountability, enforcement, and transparency to ensure that our seniors are kept safe, and building modern, safe, and comfortable homes for our seniors. We've seen that this comprehensive plan is already being implemented in long-term care across Niagara, including work to get to our promised 4 hours of care. It's why earlier this week, I was so pleased to see the minister come forward with an announcement. $673 million into long-term care homes across the province to provide more direct care for residents and improve staffing levels. This announcement means an additional $31 million in funding to hire staff here in the Niagara region, as well as $6,100,000 for long-term care homes right here in Niagara West. What does this look like? This looks like $1.5 million for the Woodlands of Sunset, $2 million for Albright Manor, $1.2 million for Shalom Manor, $348,000 for Deer Park Villa, $313,000 for Killian Lodge, and the United Mennonite Home will receive $1.1 million. These are just a few of the announcements that have been announced this week, ensuring that we're investing in the future of our seniors and our long-term care homes. But there's more work to do. This work builds on the work that's already underway to ensure that we're retaining and training new PSWs, new nurses, and ensuring that we're hiring an additional 27,000 personnel to ensure that our seniors are kept safe and supported and age with dignity and respect. To speak a bit more about the exciting news that is also coming to Niagara in terms of capital projects, I'm now happy to turn over the floor to Minister Calandra as he makes an exciting announcement about an additional commitment to long-term care here in our region.
Thank you so much, Sam. It is, of course, a pleasure to be here with you, and again, also thank you, Chair Bradley. It is an absolute honor to be here with you. Your decades of service to both the province of Ontario and to your community, of course, are second to none, and it truly is a privilege and an honor to be here with you. Look, our government has a plan to fix long-term care. It is something that we began to focus on the moment that we were elected into office in 2018. And as MPP Oosterhoff has said, it is built on three pillars: improving staffing care, strengthening accountability, enforcement, and transparency, and building modern, safe, comfortable homes for our seniors. Now, we've invested $6.4 billion to build and upgrade long-term care across the province of Ontario. Now, this is an unprecedented level of investment, which will lead to more than 30,000 net new beds and over 28,000 upgraded long-term care beds across the province. And this is the largest investment in long-term care in Canadian history. And today's announcement is part of that program. So I am very pleased to announce that we are adding 387 new and 645 upgraded long-term care beds in the Hamilton, Niagara region. That's 1,032 spaces for residents to call home, near their family and friends, and in communities that they helped build. These beds will be built in 6 long-term care homes in the region. The homes adding new long-term care beds are Crescent Park Lodge with 96 new and upgraded beds, West Park Health Center with 192 new and upgraded beds, Niagara Long-Term Care Residence with 224 new and upgraded beds, the Wellington Nursing Home with 116 new and upgraded beds, Extended Care St. Catharines with 104 new beds, and Garden City Manor with 256 new and upgraded beds. And construction is expected to start on all of these projects this fall and throughout the winter of 2024. Now, once completed, these developments will provide long-term care spaces in areas where there is high need. These projects are in addition to 20 projects already underway in the Niagara region. That makes for a total of 4,246 new and upgraded long-term care beds in the region. Now, to put this into perspective, in 2011 and 2018, only 611 new beds were built across the province of Ontario. And as of today, across the province of Ontario, we have over 25,000 net new beds and 21,000 upgraded beds in the development pipeline, which is well over 84% of the way to our goal of building 30,000 net new beds by 2028. Now, building more beds is, of course, what Ontario has needed for decades. And this will help address the growing demand for long-term care, which has only increased over the years. Now, as I mentioned, building a strong and resilient long-term care sector also means improving staff and care, and protecting residents through better enforcement, accountability, and transparency. There has been mentioned to me on a number of occasions, there's no point in building buildings if you don't have the staff to maintain and to provide the quality of care that is so important to the seniors who call our residences home. And that's why we've committed over $5 billion to improve staffing and care in our long-term care homes to get to 4 hours, a North American leading standard of 4 hours of care per resident per day. And as Sam mentioned, that's over $31 million investment this year alone in the Niagara region. And it's also why we're adding $72 million to improve enforcement in our long-term care sector. We're building a long-term care system where every resident experiences the best quality of life supported by safe and modern homes. And I just want to take a moment to acknowledge MPP Oosterhoff. He has been at the table. He has advocated stronger than almost any other person I know for the investments that we've made in the community. We simply would not be here today if it wasn't for MPP Oosterhoff and the hard work he has done advocating for his community, not only for long-term care, but for the broader investments of healthcare in 3 massive new projects in his community. So Sam, thank you so much for helping me get here. I am always amazed at how strong an advocate you have been for your region. Not only for your community, but for the entire Niagara region. So I can't thank you enough. I simply just would not have been able to make this announcement today if it wasn't for your help and guidance in getting us here today. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to you, Chair Bradley.
Well, thank you very much. The news that you just delivered to us today is very welcome to the people of Niagara. Without a doubt, there's a genuine need for many more beds here in Niagara in terms of long-term care. And it's important that you mention both new beds and redeveloped beds, because many of the seniors' homes, the long-term care homes, were built a number of years ago, and the standards that we have today have changed significantly. So the redevelopment is exceedingly important as well. Minister, you would be aware, and I know Sam is, that we in Niagara have probably the largest percentage of seniors of any part of the province of Ontario. And while not all of the residents in long-term care are seniors, overwhelmingly they dominate, and therefore the need is genuine. In addition to that, and the main reason for this is, of course, delivering services to seniors in our part of the province, but also there'll be jobs that will be created through the redevelopment of existing homes and the building of new beds in Niagara. So I want to thank the Minister for the announcement and thank Sam for his advocacy in this regard. This will be welcome news for all the people of Niagara, and we look forward to continuing to working with the provincial government and the years ahead to ensure that we meet the needs of seniors. So good news today for Niagara, and Minister, you'll always be welcome to come down to Niagara anytime. We will be happy to greet you and give you any tour you'd like of seniors facilities.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. Chair. I said with your continued leadership and the strong advocacy and leadership of Sam, Niagara is very, very well serviced. So thank you all for that. And I think with that, we can take some questions if there are any.
We'll now open it up to media for questions. If you are a member of the media and wish to ask a question, please use the embedded raise hand function located at the bottom of your screen. Before asking your question, please introduce yourself as well as which outlet you are from. And just a reminder, it is one question and one follow-up. There being no questions, this concludes today's announcement.
Thank you very much. And again, congratulations, Sam, and thank you so much, Mr. Chair. Have a great day. Happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody.
Thank you for being here, Minister. Appreciate this news. I know it means